This Navica webinar will cover saved listings as well as saved searches. Saved listings are listings that you have taken and placed in a saved listings folder. Saved searches are when you save the search criteria and therefore can run that search in the future based on the saved criteria, not the saved results. So let's first go to search on the left-hand menu. There I'm just going to click on the residential property type, and I'm simply going to just do a search here based on a price. So let's just do 200 to 250. I'm going to start my search. So say for example I was looking through listings and I wanted to take a couple of listings and put them in a folder, and then maybe the next day search for some more listings and place those in the folder. Then maybe a couple days later I open up the folder and I may want to remove some listings from that group or folder of saved listings. To save actual listings, we will take the listings, place a checkbox beside of them once you've pulled them up from a search or My Listings or the hot sheet, wherever you may be. And then along the top banner, we have a button that says Save Listings. When you make that choice, you have two options. You can create a new folder or a new group, or you can choose from your existing groups. So I'm just going to call this one Listings. Let's go for Bob, and then save. So I could then the next day do a different search, find some more properties, just place a checkbox there, save listings, listings for Bob. I can assign those to that same group. When you go to saved listings on the left-hand menu, that's where you will retrieve those listings. And any groups you have will be listed here. Those listings will be updated, so if the price changes or the status changes when you open them up from here under my saved listings, you will see those changes. So they're not just parked with the data as it stands that day. They are constantly being updated, but it will never change from these 5 listings unless I add or remove them. So let's just click on Listings for Bob. There are the 5 listings I have placed in the folder. If I would like to remove one, I can place a checkbox beside it, and then here at the banner at the top right it says Remove. Are you sure you want to? Okay. So now I only have 4 listings in that group. Also, once you've created groups of saved listings, you can come here and delete them by clicking on the X. You can rename the group. The number in parentheses will tell you how many listings are in that group or folder, and when you hover over it will tell you the date added and the last time you viewed that specific group of saved listings. Under saved listings on the left-hand menu, we also have My Notifications. I'm just going to pull these listings up. But on every single listing in the system, you're going to have an icon under your listing tools that's called Listing Notifications. It looks like a little bell. And when you click that, you have the ability to turn on notifications for that specific MLS number. So what that means is if I tell it I want to be notified via email or via text or both, I can then put in why I turned on the notifications for this particular property. And then I saved these changes. So I turned on the notification. I clicked on Listing Notification. I said I want to be notified via email. And the reason I'm setting this up is because John wants to know if the price changes on this property. So what that means is once I've turned on the notifications for a particular listing, anytime something is changed about that listing, anything, like if they go into the remarks and add a comma, if they change the price, if it goes under contract or pending or sales, or if it is pending and it comes back to active. Anything that happens to that MLS number, I will then be notified via email and or text, letting me know that something has changed about that listing. So it's a good way to monitor listings so you don't have to go in every day and look at the property. We'll send you a notice when something changes, and most of those notices tell you exactly what was changed, and outside of miscellaneous changes. So it would say a price has been changed or the status has been changed. But the reason we pointed out these notifications is under the Saved Listings menu item. Under My Notifications, any listings you have turned on for notifications will show here. You can click on the MLS number and the address to view it. You can hover over the little quotation bubble to view your remarks. And you can also click on the bell icon again to turn off those notifications or delete that particular notification if needed. So saved listings are where you, like I said, you just take listings and put them in a folder or a group and park them there to view. Saved searches, on the other hand, they will save the criteria, and you can then use them over and over and over for years. So a couple of examples of saved searches you may want to set up. Depending on your area, you may have a waterfront, and you may want to do a search for the properties that are waterfront. So then you'll have that saved criteria to do that search anytime. Maybe there's a particular subdivision that you search in on regularly. Your office's listings for when you're on desk duty or floor duty. Any houses with swimming pools, houses that allow horses, houses with acreage, any search you can do, you can save that criteria. And there's no limit to the number of saved searches you can create. So I'm just going to say, for example, residential. And I want the status of active, and I'm going to go down and maybe I'll put in my office. So I'm going to click on listing office, and I'm going to find my office. And keep selections, and then I'm going to start my search. So that's going to bring up all of my office's residential active listings. So now what I want to do to save this criteria, because I'm saving the search criteria, not these 38 listings. So I'm saving the criteria of residential active listed by Renaissance Realty. So when I say save search criteria, I'm going to assign this to my saved searches. And I'm just going to assign it to my saved searches. The other options refer to contacts and prospects. You can save a search and assign it to a contact, or you can assign a search to a new contact that you have yet to add. So we're going to stick with this, just assigning it to our saved searches for this webinar. And then save. So like I said, what I just saved was the criteria. Residential active listed by Renaissance Realty. I did not save these 38 listings by no means. So next week, maybe 2 of these properties have sold. So I'll get 36 when I click on it. Next year, I may get a completely different group of listings because we've sold this inventory and relisted. So whenever you save a search, they can appear here on your home page under Saved Searches. That can be customized under Resources and My Navica homepage. But from here, you can click the red X to delete any saved searches, or you can click on the saved search name. That will take you straight to the search results. So, just because I'm just saved it, I get the same listings. But every time you click that saved search, it runs that search live as of that moment. So every time you click it, it's running the search right then and there to bring up the latest results. So in addition to showing on your home page, when you click on search on the left-hand menu, beside of each individual property type, you will have a button for your saved searches. There you can pick one of your saved searches. You can show the criteria in case you forgot what saved criteria you entered. You can get the results, which will just take you straight to the search results. You can load the search, which will come up with your criteria already entered, or you can delete that saved search. So let's do another one. So we're going to once again click on residential. It could be a map search. I mean, there's all kinds of searches. Any search you can do, you can save. So I'm just going to go down here, and this particular demo site has some let's see, maybe distressed bank-owned properties. Your board may or may not have that option, but anything I want. So I'm going to say Distressed Bank on yes, start search. That's going to bring up the current listings that are marked distressed yes. So save search criteria. And then save. So once again, we go to search, put in your criteria. So we've done distressed properties, we did our offices listings. Maybe I want to come down here to maybe in your features somewhere. Most boards have something for swimming pools. So let's look here. In-ground pool. So I'm going to say in-ground pool. Start search. And that's going to bring up all of the properties that are marked to have a swimming pool. So now we're going to say save search criteria, and we're going to call it houses with pools. And save. So like I said before, on your Navica home screen, any saved searches you have created can show here. You can have up to 10 of them show here. But there's no limit to how many you can have. So anytime you want the results, just click on the saved search name, or you can delete it. But if you've created more than 10, you will always be able to find them under search, and under the button that says saved searches, all of your saved searches will be listed here with all of your options at the bottom. So that will conclude the webinar on saved searches and saved listings.